What up? There might be a framework for messaging inside this video, so make sure you pay attention. I'm not going to claim to be the expert with messaging. I really think that some of Jim Fisher's videos are like prime watching material, so I would go and watch that shit first before you watch this. But if you're struggling with messaging, there might be a bit of an answer inside this video for you. Here's why I'm recording this. I had a call yesterday with Tammy, so most people here should hopefully be familiar with Tammy. And we discovered on this call about messaging that Tammy had two real problems. She had one problem in that she was messaging in a way that was unrelated to her zone of genius. So her zone of genius is around style and editing and some other things for photographers. And so she was having a lot of conversations that were related to industries, marketing, websites. And so she wasn't really capable of actually like building pain or building curiosity around what she does. And her other problem was that she was asking pretty weak problem questions. They were actually okay, but we thought that we could have put a bit more of like a punch in them. So I tried to help Tammy out by showing her the S.P.I.N selling framework. I don't think it really landed, but for anybody who does know it or doesn't know it, the S.P.I.N selling framework is S.P.I.N. So that's situation, problem, implication, and need payoff. And these are a really good way of moving through a pain-based conversation and even like starting to elicit pain from somebody. And so why we thought this was important, or why I thought it was important, was because getting down to these implication and need payoff questions are where nobody gets to. And so being able to do it subtly in Messenger should be a much more consistent way for you to get strategy sessions. So here's where we got to. Most of Tammy's questions that are on a problem level, when she's talking about style or she's talking about editing, were like, have you got a style yet? Or what kind of style are you using? Or how long is it taking you to edit your shots? Perfectly fine questions. But in the middle of sharing screen, I had this screenshot from Ryan Steenberg, who was talking about messaging around Facebook ads, which is his kind of zone. And so if you can see it right here, I've kind of highlighted the area where he's like, where do you get most of your traffic from? Facebook ads? They say yes. And he's just like, oh, it's dangerous. And that statement right there, I don't know what to call it, but it's like, well, we're going to call it a hook. Putting hooks like that into your messaging is super fucking important. And so Tammy and I kind of came up with this principle of 2D messaging, which is where we're going to add hooks to our problem questions. And so how you can do this is you're going to look at your offer and very quickly look at the benefits that your offer has. So if we look at just one portion of Tammy's offer, style and editing, the style benefits are becoming unique or becoming untouchable in a certain industry, or editing benefits, like saving time or having more time to fulfill other gigs or get more jobs. And so when we're asking questions that are related to, have you got a style yet? Or how long is editing taking you? We can hit them with this like hooky question, which we call like 2D messaging. And so instead of saying, have you got a style yet? We can be like, what kind of style have you got? You really need to have ABC style for the nature industry. Or how long is editing taking you? It shouldn't take you any longer than 2 hours. And this is a world where you're used to editing for 10, 15 hours. Whenever someone's just like, it shouldn't take you any longer than 2 hours. That is like, that quick question is just like, seriously, it's taking me like 10 hours over here. And you're like, shouldn't take you more than 2 hours. So a really good way to look at this through the S.P.I.N selling framework might be like Tammy having a conversation with somebody and being like, how long have you been a photographer for? You know, what sort of industry are you in? Blah, blah, blah. And if she's trying to uncover a little bit of pain or just like, you know, a little bit of ground with somebody, we want to open up gaps, obviously. She's just like, you know, she finds out that they're a wedding photographer and she's like, have you got a style yet? Or how long is editing taking you? And so instead of us just saying those, you know, basic level problem questions, we're going to be like, how long is editing taking you? It shouldn't take you any longer than 2 hours. Or have you got a style yet? It's ridiculous. Like, it's super important to have a style in the wedding space. And all of a sudden it's just like, I don't have that. And it opens up this gap. And it lets us get to the implication and need payoff questions, which is basically like, cool. So what effect is that having on your business? What effect is that having on you being a great wedding photographer? What effect is that having on you breaking into the wedding photography space? And they're just like, it's shit. I'm not getting the traction that I need. I'm not getting this. And this is the thing that we want from somebody, that they're so unwilling to give us, like, earlier up in the conversation. And so then we can get to the need payoff question, which is, cool. I've got some thoughts for you. Do you want to talk about it? Cool. I'm driving tomorrow. I've got 1 hour open. Let me know if you want to chat. Cool. I'm driving tomorrow. I've got some ideas. Going to be driving tomorrow. Let me know if you want to chat on them. Try this out.